Good morning guys, and welcome back to Alan's Allotment. So today we're starting today's video basically outside for a change instead of inside the shed. And I've decided I'll get in the greenhouse and get rid of this spinach. The last of it is starting to go to seed now. So we've got rid of the spinach. There's two big lettuces in here that turn to seed as well. A little bit of weeding, and we've pretty much had a good day. So we've got the hosepipe out as well and put the sprinkler on, and we give everything in this bed a really good watering. I've got myself a new wireless microphone system again now. It's very similar to the Rode wireless microphone system. However, it's about half the price and you get twice the kit. So it did have some good reviews, and it had one or two negative ones, but that might just be professionals that were trying to rate that. I only need it for vlogging, so we'll just see how it goes. So basically what I've done is I've watered everything in that bed, and we're just going to see how this comes out audio wise. Just a little start. We've fed and watered all the pigeons, and they're all done. It's lovely and cool today, so I'm going to go over there today, and I'm perhaps going to make a start on the rain barrels and cutting the tops off those other couple of rain barrels, moving the water across over to them. Once I've got them set up around the back of that shed, I need to cut that tree back down again on the back side of there. It's already getting big again and bushy, and it's going to get in the road for the rain barrels. I might chop it down entirely because it's going to be a nuisance going forward. And then we'll go and check our traps and see if we've managed to catch Jeff. I've just been pottering and doing quite a bit. It's about 10:15 in the morning now, and I've had quite a productive morning already so far. So yeah, that'll all go over into the compost heap over there. We'll take that over there. So welcome back again. Hope everybody's staying safe, being practical, and keeping themselves out of harm's way, as always. And it's Sunday the 13th of June 2021. Just going to go and get the kettle on, make myself my usual cup of coffee, and I'll catch you in the shed. Right guys, so we're in the shed, we've got the kettle on and ready to have a cup of coffee. I've just played that little clip back. That was the very first test I've done with that wireless microphone. And I know I have several wireless microphone kits, but I've never really been happy with any of them. Yes, they do the job in an emergency. The last one that I got was okay, but there was a little bit of a dropout and getting a lot of on the microphone. This one comes with the dead cat muffler on as well for the wind. It is actually blowing a gale out there, and I've just played the audio back on that clip, and I'm really impressed. From what I've seen on YouTube with people using the Rode wireless microphone, and it's a little tiny. It's very similar setup to the Rode wireless microphones, but this one comes with a case. It comes with all the connecting leads and everything, and basically that's it there. And that's the dead cat. It has its own built-in microphone, but you can also put a lavalier mic. I think that's a lavalier mic. Can't pronounce it. You can put an external mic on and run it straight up here somewhere like that, but there's no need. That's its own internal mic, and that was hanging down just below rib cage level, and the audio was superb in my opinion. You guys, you professionals might think, well, no, it's not good, but for me it suits my needs, and now it's going to be much better, giving you some different content instead of me just sitting in the shed all the time talking about things. When I'm actually out and about, I can set the tripod up and you can actually watch me doing the things that I'm actually doing. So, and I can still talk to you. So, first impressions, seriously impressed. It's called Synco. It's not a promotional video, by the way. As you very well know, anything I try out, I just try it out and I give an honest feedback. The other one that we did get, which was the Alvexcom, and again that wasn't a promotional video. I've still got it here, and it did do the job okay. That was the one that I used when I was giving everybody a closer look at the rare coloured pigeons as I was putting the birds ready to start pairing up into this stock loft here next door earlier in the year. And it done the job. It done the job. And it wasn't bad, and it probably needed tweaked. It's probably me. I discovered that if you when you're using external microphones, one thing I didn't know is you should turn the audio levels down on your camera. And then you use the mic gain on the sides of the microphones, and that will improve the audio. And I think, with a capital Th, that I've got the audio gain set right, because I was quite impressed with the audio that came back on there, and I was a fair distance away from you, believe it or not. Good 30-40 feet away from that camera, although it doesn't appear to be that far. The camera was sort of 2/3 of the way up the pigeon pen, and I was down at the polytunnel, so I'll give you an idea, maybe 20 feet, but that was just a base test. Right guys, we're just about to put this wireless microphone through its paces and just test it out properly and see how good it is. I'm actually over in the shed. I'm not sure whether you'll be able to see me through all the fences and everything. The camera is over in the growing area at the moment. Sorry for the slurping, I'm still enjoying my cup of coffee. Right, we're just going to see if it's still picking up this audio. I'm not doing anything unusual other than just talking, guys. And I'm going to make my way through to the allotment area now where the camera is. And hopefully the audio is coming through loud and clear. It's blowing a gale as well, I might add. So under normal circumstances you would pick up lots and lots of wind. It might still be picking some up, but we'll just wait and see, guys. So I'm coming into the chicken pen now. I'm just closing the gate behind me so the birds don't escape. So hopefully, excuse me, you've been able to hear the audio loud and clear right from over there in the shed. I'm just having a quick look around at the beds. Most things are okay. The peas have had it basically, as we know. The lettuces have took hold now. The radishes have took hold. My own radishes that I sowed as seeds have took hold. And surprisingly, this sweet corn is really having a go now. We pulled a little spring cabbage yesterday and we took that down home, and we having that for Sunday lunch. Now it hasn't hearted up properly, but because there's so many in such a small bed, I pull one out and give room, and I'll pull every other one out as I'm using them. They don't need to be hearted up. You're still getting the cabbage, and there's quite a significant amount of leaves on them, and there's enough for us too, even as they are as small as they are. You see the spinach is starting to go to seed over here as well, hence the reason why I planted or sowed some more seeds yesterday. So hopefully you're hearing this audio coming out okay, guys. I'm going to break off here and we're going to have a little look and see if we've caught Jeff. Guys, so we've checked the traps, and patience is a virtue, I suppose. We didn't manage to catch Jeff just yet. And there might even be a Mrs. Jeff, Jeffette. We'll just have to wait and see, guys. So, yeah, I'm going to make a start, I think. I'm going to check inside the treehouse over there and have a look around. I might just pull the hose pipe out actually and give that a test, give these a bit of a water. It looks like we might actually get some rain today, but just in case. One or two things are looking like they need a drink. So right guys, we're just about to test this hose pipe. Now it might not be the hose pipe that fails. If it fails, it could be that the pump isn't strong enough to pump the water. So basically we've got the submersible out and the length of lead, which will hook up to the inlet, and we're just going to drop that in the barrel down to the bottom. It has a filter on the bottom as well, guys, so yeah. The theory is it will filter any debris and we shouldn't get any blockages or anything. And this is what you have to try and do when you work in a remote location and we don't really have the facilities up here. So we're just going to clip the pump on there. We'll get it connected up. To our hose pipe. There we go, and hopefully power. Take any kinks out that might hinder us. I don't know if you can actually hear that, guys, but it is pumping water. It's probably going to take a while to fill this 30 foot reel. Maybe we'll open the end of this hose just to see when we get any water. Sorry, I'm trying to do this all one-handed, guys. It actually might help if we extend the hose. So here goes. As we can with it. Oh, it's working, guys. It's working, and the hose pipe is holding. It's not a very good squirt on it, guys. I'm trying to do this one-handed and get a spray on this. This nozzle doesn't appear to be much cop. Might have to go and get the spray gun, guys. Yeah, I'm going to have to go and get... Sorry, I'm just going to pause you out. Right, I've managed to get a spray on this now, so it's not brilliant. Yeah, it's probably better with the hose gun that I have that I use in the polytunnel. But it is working. Just to give you an idea, whilst we're walking these, that's the distance we are away, and that pump is throwing all this water all the way down these beds here. Anyways, I'm pretty sure you all know what watering looks like, so we're not going to continue videoing it. We're just going to get them done. I'll catch you later. Right, guys, so the hose pipe started off okay, and then it started to just dribble to nothing. And I discovered basically where the inlet is, it's pretty crimped and squashed together. And I was going to disconnect it from there, cut the bad piece out and reconnect it. However, if I take that off, it's never going back on again. So what I've decided to do instead is we cut a piece of bamboo off that big length of bamboo there, just and no more bigger than the pipe, and I slide that up there, and as it gets there it reshapes that hose pipe. And I just need to put a little cable tie round here now to stop it sliding back down, and hopefully that's going to do the trick. Okay, guys, so that started off well, and we managed to get all of this bed watered, and we got all of the potatoes watered as well. Up to here we didn't get that bed done. All this one we got the carrots watered, and the trees in there, and the turnips, and then it just stopped giving any water out. And I've tried numerous different configurations on there, and it seems like the pump just is not strong enough to send the water up. It did initially. I've even tried another battery, a fresh battery, and it's now just not working at all. Even after taking that little kink out on the bottom of there, it's still not pushing the water through for whatever reason. But what I did want to show you is that this side of things works a dream. So basically we just give this a little bit of a quick tug, and you'll see that this just wraps up itself, and this in itself is amazing. It really is, and it does the job well, as you can see. That's one good thing about using a hosepipe, is when you were to wrap them up, they're an absolute pain in the backside, guys. So I'm not quite sure what's went on here. I'm not sure whether it's the pump at fault, that kink, but we've straightened that out. There's no kinks in there now. The pump appears to still be pumping, but it is possible the pump has give up and it's just not pushing out. It's not as loud now as it was. If I put it against the side of the barrel, it appears it is still working, but not very well. So I'm going to have to do some investigations, guys. But as you can see, we used quite a bit of water, so it has done some jobs, some of the jobs. Just going to have to investigate it, water the rest by hand for now. Right, guys, so that was an expensive toy. No, it does work, and it will work. I'm not quite sure. I think that pump was probably labouring too hard, trying to force that water around that 30-metre hose, not a 30-foot hose, 30 metres. And I think after a while it got hot, and it was only a cheap one. I think it was 12 quid on Amazon a while ago. Now, ironically, if you discable it from the hose pipe, it still pumps water out. So what I done was I put a little ordinary hose on the end of that, and I finished watering the top beds with a short length of hose I had, and then I had to wrap that back up again. So that was a pain in the ass, and defeated the entire objective of having a self-winding hose pipe. Never mind, I think what it is I'm going to need an electric pump, something with a bit of oomph. And yeah, what should be making life easier is going to make life a little more difficult. It'll mean I'll need to start the generator up to fire the electric pump up that'll really throw the water around there. That's phase 2. We'll give that one a go and see what happens. Unless it just needs a good forcing through that hose pipe in the first instance. I really don't think that little pump, to be honest with you, is capable of pushing water around a 30-metre hose. Although it did do it initially, and there is no logical explanation why it just suddenly went off to a dribble, it just isn't working. However, when I connected up a normal length of hose, keeping it down at ground level as it fell out of the barrel, I managed to water the rest of the beds with a short length of hose. But it was only a short length, maybe 20 feet, and it was laying flat on the ground. It wasn't going up bank. So maybe that's the downfall right there. I don't know. We could try dropping the hose pipe down, but then I want it at that height because it's just nice for lifting on and off. And when you're winding it up, it keeps the hose pipe off the ground while it winds it, so you don't fray the hose. I've got the kettle on and I'm just going to have a cup of coffee. And then I'm going to see what else I can get done. Right, guys, you might remember this tree that we cut back in winter. As you can see, it's already bushing out all over again. So I've took a bit more drastic action here, and I've actually cut it straight off down here. And the foliage will just die back on that now. And I've took the chainsaw right through every trunk. Yeah, where I could get in with it, I've took it right through and cut it straight off. Ripped a hole in the fence just so I could get at it. And that's hopefully going to hold it back now, guys. So I've just walked all the way around and I'm now back on the other side of the fence. And as you can see, we'd already topped it off here. And I've had to just cut all this back because it was reaching out over the water bottles again, and it was blocking my access through there. So we've trimmed all that back as well, guys. Just these stupid little jobs that take time, but they need doing. So what my intentions are now, I'm probably only going to do this. I'm going to cut the lid off another couple of barrels, 1 or 2 barrels, and set them up round here and then siphon them off. And when we emptied this, half emptied, it did draw from that because we use a siphoning system, guys. As you can see, the hose is still in there, and as it sucks from one, it sucks from both. And what will happen is it'll do that right across the entire setup when we're finished. So this little pump submersible is still working. It's not suitable for this job, but I'm hoping with this length of hose here plus the submersible, we'll be able to get from round the back of there with those 2 barrels and at least get that water shifted over here into these once I get a 3rd barrel set up in there. So if I have time, we'll set you up on the camera and you can watch me be an idiot. So what it is, I've got another empty barrel here and I'm about to just take this top off, and I'm just using a jigsaw. Now I'm going to cut the noise out of this. We'll put a bit of music in or something like that, and we'll speed it up as well. But basically I'm just going to cut the top off this. And there we go. So this siphoning system is something that I've seen on Teddy King's allotment gardening on a budget, and I just want to say thanks to Teddy again for his tip. It does work, and it works well. I think he's seen it somewhere else, and I first saw it on Terry's channel. So the next thing is to get this in, give it a bit of a rinse out, and then get this set up in place, guys. I'll see you later. Right guys, giving it up was a bad job. I've tried all things here. I think that little pump's had it, basically. We've got another barrel set up anyways, that's the main thing. And basically what we've done is we've looped another hose into this one, and so basically we've sucked the water. So all these 3 barrels will have about this much water in there now. We just rigged that up, just cable tied them in place, and basically that's it, guys. And there we go. So I'm going to start and tidy the tools up and call it a day. I've had enough. I'm just sick of fighting this today, so never mind. You win some, you lose some. So what I'd done was I'd set up this little pump around here again and drop the submersible in there. It set off okay. It started pumping the water through and started to fill that barrel and empty this one. And within 3 or 4 minutes, similar when I was using the hose pipe, it was still going and the motor was still running and the pipe is still full of water, as you can see, but there was nothing coming out the other end. So this motor just really isn't powerful enough for what I need. It will drive a short length of hose pipe if it's laid flat on the ground and downhill where you've got a bit of down bank to help it, but that defeats the whole object, guys. So what I've done is I've ordered myself an electric one, a submersible that you drop inside the barrel, and it has really good reviews saying they can connect hose pipes to it and it works well and all the rest of it. So for 37 quid, guys, we're going to give one of them a go. We'll get there in the end. There you go, guys, another little harvest of nice red spring onions and some more strawberries already. And we only had some yesterday. Some more's ripened up today. So what I've done is I started clearing out these spring onions here that we had in clumps. that you remember earlier in the year we just planted them in big clumps like that. I think there's 10 or something in there and another 10 in there. And what I've done is I've picked them all back to one, give them a bit of a haircut, and left the ones in to bulb up. So it's just a way of maximising your harvest, guys. Just a quick look on the polytunnel. You can see everything's coming along really well, with the exception of the aubergine. It's being eaten alive by something. Don't know what it is. Not really worried. It happens. It's organic gardening. The one and only cucumber that survived that I planted is in and doing well so far. This is the one I got off the father-in-law, and I cleared some of the onions away from around it because it was basically trying to grow now, and it's actually got a little cucumber on there, as you can see. Starting to put a little cucumber on. Trusses on the big mama tomatoes. Our sugar Crimson Crush. It's taking a while to get going, but they're established now. They're taking a while to get going. Honeydew Melons doing okay. These are looking a bit yellow. I'm not sure why. That one didn't get potted up properly. It's yellow as well. Courgette's doing okay in here, as are the other onions that we thinned out when we harvested spring onions last time. These are growing really well now. Peppers are doing okay. Little lettuce coming on. Another little lettuce coming on. Another melon struggling. Those seeds never ever came up. But yeah, overall, nothing's ever perfect, but we're not doing too bad, guys. Right guys, I'm in the shed and I'm having my final cup of coffee, and it's the final roundup. Wow, it's 5 to 5 already. Didn't know it was as late as that. I thought I was getting an early finish. Yeah, all these little things are said to try us. If everything went tickety-boo, life would be boring, wouldn't it? So I got cut through that tree, that's the main thing. And although you can see the tree is still there, it interwove itself in that chain link fencing, and I'm just going to leave it because I'll be there all day just trying to cut it out piece by piece, trying to get it out and freed from the chain link fencing. In theory, I think I've got through every single trunk, so it should just die now in the fence, basically. In winter, when the foliage is all dropped off and everything, I might be able to see a little bit better and get it cut out properly. So we've got one more rain barrel set up. We've got the garden watered. We've got the mole traps checked. We tested the hose pipe. And that's pretty much all we got done today, but it was a marathon. But it's pretty obvious that that little pump is not cut out for the job. It's one I had. It was basically bought for to move rain water out of one barrel into another one, till I discovered the siphoning system of Terry. Anyway, so we can just use that. Just works under gravity, guys. So I've bought myself an electric one, and as long as it works, well, okay. So it's a little bit more clot initially, but as long as the system works, then great. The one saving grace, as everybody knows, when you pull a great big hose pipe out, is winding it back up and getting soaked and drowned and all the rest of it. And the feature that I bought it for works well so far. It's an absolute doll. You just give it a little sharp tug and hold the hose and just let it take it back in again, guys. And that works really, really well. So if that continues to work like that, then we get the electric pump set up, we should be good to go and be in business. All these little jobs that should only take a couple of hours tops just turn into a full day. So I'm sorry if the content hasn't been fantastic today, but there we go. For anybody who might be interested, this is a little wireless microphone system that looks a bit like the Rode wireless microphones. In my personal opinion, I think it's as good. but I won't know until I actually video edit this and play it back. But I'm impressed, especially at the range as well, guys. As you've seen before, I was sitting in this shed finishing my cup of coffee, and the camera was right over in the growing area, and the audio appears to be as clear as a bell. As you can see, the little cat muffler, wind muffler, works well as well. It kept the wind at bay. I don't think you could hear any wind. It keeps the background noise out, and yeah, I'm impressed. So hopefully you'll see more content now, guys, and see me doing things more often and still being able to talk with you as a result of this. Really nice little bit of kit. And again, it's not a promotional video. It was bought for personal use. But I do like to share these things with you guys when I'm testing things out, in case you might be interested or looking for something yourself. And if it helps somebody else out, well, great. I think the cost when I bought it was 84 quid. So that gives you an idea. And you've just seen the range on this thing. And hopefully it'll be sufficient for your needs if you're thinking about it. And it's about half the price of the Rode wireless microphone system. I really couldn't justify spending that money on the Rode system, but there we go. It is what it is. A little bit of an update in the full stencil shed. Underneath the white check Trigonino and the young blondie-necked cock, you know, they're sitting the youngster off the almond cock and the check hen. Well, it's an almond. Sorry, no, it's not an almond, it's a qualmond. Off the qualmond cock and the check hen, the youngster appears that it's a qualmond. What's more, the one we gave them back is also a qualmond, but it's a qualmond pied. And then, to add to the bonus, the young black off the white check Trigonino and the young blondie-necked cock is a stencil. All the other three that came off so far were all just blacks with a little white dot on the rump, which identifies them as being. And I'm trying to put that lacing, full lacing effect into the pigeons, like the blondie-nets, guys. That would be my ideal goal. I'm quite away with that yet. But I have got a stencil, which was a nice surprise, off that last egg that hatched from the white trig check and the young blondie-necked cock. I didn't wean off those youngsters today. I'm not going to bother. I'm too tired now. I'm going down home. I'll come up midweek and we'll wean those off. For now, guys, wherever you are in the world, please stay safe. Be practical. Keep yourselves out of harm's way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.